Hi. Okay, so I'm all about taking a negative and turning it into a positive. And I say that with this face because whatever. I went to get my hair done today, and my hairdresser, who I love a lot, accidentally burnt me on my forehead with the iron. So instantaneously as it happened, I was like, okay, I have a burn on my forehead now. I'm going away in a week. This is not good. I didn't panic. I didn't say a word to him, except for ouch, obviously. And I just said to myself, okay, when I get home, I'm going to make something, an ointment of some sort, to help me heal this, because I'm not going away. It's now, you see, like here. So it's not so bad now, but it's fresh. It's going to end up bruising. I'm not into it. So I decided I'm going to make a salve, a healing salve for burns, using all natural ingredients and obviously essential oils. So I figured might as well do it with you guys, right? So here's all my stuff. I'm gonna walk you guys through it as I do it, and I hope I don't make a fool out of myself. No, I've done this before. I love making products out of essential oils. So first thing I'm adding is 2 tablespoons of beeswax, okay? Again, I only use natural stuff, and even in my own home regimen, makeup, skincare, stuff like that, only natural, clean products go on this body. So 2 tablespoons of beeswax, which I'm gonna melt now in a double boiler. So this actually has a normal pot that goes on top of it, but I like to use my essential oils in glass. So I am now going to slowly melt the beeswax. It's gonna take a minute. It's definitely not a quick melt. So I'm just gonna walk you through like the rest of the ingredients as it melts, okay? So, and if you have any questions during this whole thing, please feel free. So the next thing that I'm going to add is 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. This is not really food grade coconut oil. This is coconut oil that you use to make product and stuff like that. You could get it on Amazon. You could even get it at Walgreens, believe it or not. They carry it. You just Google it, So the coconut oil is going to go in next. Then I have a tablespoon of shea butter. So shea butter is great for the skin. You see it's in tons of your products, your skincare products and stuff like that. The recipe that I'm using calls for 1/4 cup of jojoba oil. So jojoba oil is, you'll always find that in any recipe that's going to go on the skin. So if you're making a massage oil, I made myself like a skin tightening serum. All of that is going to take jojoba oil because it's very skin friendly. It's great for the skin. But what I decided to do with this, because they did say that you could substitute the jojoba for an almond oil, so I decided to split it. So rather than putting 1/4 cup of one, I did 1/8 cup of each. So I have 1/8 cup of the jojoba oil and 1/8 cup of the almond oil. Again, all of these products that I'm using to put into this can be found on Amazon. Just make sure you're getting like a good quality therapeutic grade, like a good grade product. Don't buy something cheap. It's not worth it. It's going on your body. So my beeswax is going to take forever to melt. So I'm just going to very naturally sit here and make it look like, I'm not freaking out. No, I'm kidding. So as this melts, I'm going to start to slowly add the other ingredients. Once the ingredients are melded together and they're at a liquid state, I'm then going to remove them from the fire. I'll allow them to cool for a couple of minutes, nothing crazy, and that's when I'll add in the essential oils. So the essential oils, you definitely don't want to add them in on the stove. You don't want to heat them. You'll definitely deplete their properties that way, and that's silly and it's a waste. So you take them off, you let it cool, and then you add your essential oils. So the essential oils that I am using for this salve, there are 4. There's frankincense, there's melaleuca, which is also known as tea tree oil, there is lavender, and helichrysum. So frankincense, I'll give you, if you want, I'll give you like a rundown of what each oil, why I'm using each oil in this salve. the frankincense, it it protects the skin. It rejuvenates skin cells. It's an antiseptic. Well, most of these, by the way, are antiseptic, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial. So frankincense, it's almost like it's the motherboard of oils. It's great for the skin. It's great to rejuvenate skin cells. So this is exactly what I need for this burn on my head. In case you're just joining me, I am making a homemade healing salve for a burn that I got on my forehead today getting my hair done. I know. The next oil that's going to go in is lavender. Lavender is great for a lot of things. I mean, the list can go on. I could do a whole live just on lavender alone. But it does improve, that's not good. It does improve blood circulation. Again, anti-inflammatory. Okay, this keeps on. 1 second, I'm sorry. Anti-inflammatory, and antibacterial. It calms and soothes the skin. It's also pain reliever. It provides pain relief. Great for a burn. Hello. The next oil is the helichrysum. So this is a little bit of a pricier oil. There's a reason why. The more expensive an oil is, hi Luz, the more expensive an oil is, the more rare it is to get. So like, for example, the plant, it takes a lot out of one plant to make a small 5 ml bottle. The helichrysum is amazing for the skin. It helps with microbial, I always get that word wrong, microbial growth. It fights infection. Again, anti-inflammatory and all of that. It helps with cell growth, cell healing, and it helps with scars, the appearance of scars. So this is a winner. And Melaleuca is the final oil, which is also known as tea tree oil. It's excellent for the skin, for healing, for repair. It relieves itching. It's anti-inflammatory. So again, great for burns, great for skin, great for... So these oils and this salve that I'm making, it's actually not only just for burns, but it's also great for eczema, for scrapes, for small cuts, for minor burns, a rash, razor burn, chapped lips, scarring, stuff like that. I mean, I could go on and on. So I'm definitely going to make quite a few of these. I never only make just one because I like to give them out and stuff like that. So this is coming to a beautiful melt. You want to melt the beeswax thoroughly. You really want to get it totally melted through. You don't want any pieces or any solids whatsoever. So as I get that melted, which should be another minute or so, once that's done, I'm going to add in the coconut oil. That's gonna melt really, really quickly, and then the shea butter will as well. This is really the longest part of the process, I would say, is melting the beeswax. I'll show you guys what it looks like. 1 sec. Not so easy here. So if you look, you'll see it's pretty much, oops, sorry, tripod problems. It's pretty much almost melted. There's a lot of liquid in there. I'm still dealing with one little minor piece. And as soon as that is done, then I'm going to add the rest. So I'm going to walk you guys through this with me. And I do this all the time. I've made chapstick before, which, by the way, are amazing because all natural stuff doesn't keep your lips chapped like store-bought stuff is meant to do, FYI. When it's an all-natural product, it's actually doing the job that it's supposed to be doing. So the chapstick is a great one. If you want one day, you guys, I have to make another batch soon. I'll definitely share with you. And yeah, and there's no dyes. Okay, so this is fully melted. So now I'm gonna add in my 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, and we're gonna let that, I'm gonna mix that up. We're gonna let that come to a nice melted liquid form. I don't know if you could see, because I'm trying very hard to like not burn my hair off on the stove as I lean in to show you. So that, I'm just gonna incorporate this together. This melted really, really nicely. So now I'm going to add in the shea butter. Shea butter is, hi Jeanette, shea butter is amazing for skin and hair. It's just, oh, I love it. So, and all these products, by the way, I buy them on Amazon. I make sure that I buy a really good quality ingredient. I don't like anything that is from a country that I don't know. I need it to be USA made, you know, made in the USA and non-GMO and stuff like that. Because look, if you're putting it on your skin, it really is, by the way, Luz, it's great for cold weather. I actually have an amazing recipe for a warming salve, which I have Raynaud's, and if anyone has Raynaud's, they know that in the cold weather, your fingers like stiffen up and it's really painful. So I made a warming salve for that. It works amazing. It has warming oils in it, like cinnamon and stuff like that. So it's great. It has geranium in it, which is great for skin. So I love that. It's a lifesaver. But this is great for chapped skin, eczema, scarring, chapped lips, burns, minor cuts, stuff like that. Okay, so we're pretty much melted here with the shea butter. I'm just gonna let this incorporate a little bit better. And now I'm gonna add my 1/8 of a cup of jojoba oil. Again, jojoba is amazing for the skin. It's used in all massage oils. And I'm adding in a 1/4 of a cup, not a quarter, oh my God, it's an 1/8 of a cup and an 1/8 of a cup of sweet almond oil, which is also really good for the skin. I'm just gonna incorporate all of that together, making sure that my shea butter is completely melted, which it is. I will show you as I pull this off the stove. So I'm gonna take it off the fire, and I am going to put it right here. And I'll show you guys what it looks like. So right now we're dealing with just, it looks like any regular oil, only it's magic. Thank you. So right now, this is done. I'm gonna remove it from the water just so that it starts to cool, because I do not wanna add my oils until it's cooled. But you also don't wanna wait too long because you don't want it to start to solidify. So what I'm planning on doing here is I'm going to be putting them in these little 1 ounce glass jars. And I'll label those so that I remember where they are. And I'm also going to be making them in these little chapsticks. I figured it's great if you have like a little cut and you just put a little chapstick, right? So I figured I'll make some of it in the chapstick holders too. And I'm just gonna give it like, I hope I'm not like boring you to death. I'm just gonna give it 1 more minute just to like kind of cool off a little bit. And then I'm gonna add my oils. And then once I add the oils, I'm just gonna mix it up and I'm gonna put them in the jars. I'm gonna let it solidify in room temperature, and then it'll be ready to apply on my burn right here. Wait, it's right here, you see? But I was so good about it, I'm not gonna lie. He felt so bad, and I didn't want it to make him feel worse. So I was like, just thinking in my head, like, okay, what could I do to fix this without freaking out that I have a burn on my forehead a week before I'm leaving on vacation. Okay, focus. Okay, frankincense. We are going to put in 15 drops of frankincense. So I'm going to just do that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. As far as dilution, when you add oils to a carrier, which is another mix of oil, you want to dilute it before it goes on the skin. This is a 3% dilution, in case anybody wants to know. Lavender, 25 drops of lavender. 4. Okay, 25 drops of lavender. Then we're going to add the helichrysum, and we are going to put, I hope I'm pronouncing it, 15 drops of that. Okay, and then the melaleuca, the tea tree oil, which is like the healing oil. We're gonna put in, Vicky! We're gonna put in 20 drops of melaleuca. Okay, so now that those are all added, I'm just going to mix it up 1 more time just to get it all incorporated and get them all blended in. And then I'm gonna add them to my jars. And in about, I don't know, an hour or so, I will have a brand new, homemade, clean, green healing salve for my burn on my forehead from my hairdresser's hot iron. Yeah, I know. 1 ounce jar. so cute. I love these little mini things. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough to make so many, so I think I'm just gonna make 2 jars. And then I'm gonna fill the chapstick holders because I really want these. These are great for travel. They're great to just keep in your bag. You know, like in a first aid kit. They're great to keep in your beach bag if you go on vacation and someone gets a sunburn. So I definitely want to keep these around. Plus you could totally put them on lips. So this could be a great chapstick if someone gets like a really bad burn or really, really badly chapped. Okay, this worked out perfectly because I was able to make all of them. That worked out great. And I think I might even have enough to make 1 more jar. Yes, I do. Look at that. Okay, so I'm just gonna fill this. And by the way, the coolest thing is already starting to solidify in the jar. I'm gonna show you. It's gonna turn like a yellowish color. One second. Sorry about that. So, I don't know if you can see, I'm gonna try to show you. It's starting to turn like a yellowish color. That's how it looks when it solidifies. So, it's starting to solidify. I'm very excited. I really need to use this. That was just a disaster. But hey, you know, my grandmother always taught me, it is a soft texture. Okay, so if you keep it at room temperature, it'll stay at a nice, like, not Vaseline-y, because it's not super oily, but it'll be like a salve, like a not like a Neosporin, not as jelly as Neosporin, and it's a little thicker than that. But it will be a solid texture, yes. Now, if you keep it in too hot of a temperature, like if it's in your bag and it's in the sun or it's in your car, it won't liquefy to that degree, but it'll start to get liquidy, like more like a petroleum jelly. But if you then keep it in room temperature again, it'll solidify again. It's really amazing what it does. These, like, it goes back and forth. So the key is you want it to be able to be applied. Like, you want to be able to apply it in a comfortable way where it's not too greasy, especially if it's like on a kid or something, you know, they're going to be annoying about it. But I'm going to show you, here. So this is my warming lotion that I was telling you guys about that I made for my Raynoids last year. So if you look, it's actually not so yellow. It's more of a white because of what the ingredients that were used. But if you look, it's almost like whipped butter because it's in my bag. So it's like at a nice room temperature, and it goes on very smooth, and it smells like cinnamon, but not like cinnamon, the spice, cinnamon like a mint candy, like a cinnamon candy, you know, like, or a Red Hot. That's what it smells like, a Red Hot. Yeah. So that's it, guys. That's it. So I'll keep you guys posted on how this comes out. And it's, by the way, it really is great, Luz. I can't tell you how much it has saved me. That warming lotion has saved me because I walk the dog twice a day, and in the winter it gets, and even gloves sometimes just don't help. So it saved my life because there is no product out there for Raynoids. Like, I don't want to go on medication. There's no product that will heal or help relieve the pain of Raynoids, and this did it for me. So it really made me a believer. And now I make my own product all the time. I'll make deodorant. I've made chapsticks and lip salves, and so I've even made sunscreen. I've made yoga mat spray to clean the, you know, to like kind of disinfect. And again, all natural. So it's a fun hobby. It definitely goes in with my, you know, healthy lifestyle. You know, because I am a health coach. I do help people get healthy, and health is not just about weight. It's about a life. It's about living a healthy life. And for me, it's not just food. It's also in the things that I put on my skin. It's in the things that I put inside my body. So I try to avoid medications. I love using essential oils as much as I can. They definitely help. I mean, I'm not against medication, but I try to avoid it. And I just try to avoid like all that stuff that you'll buy in a pharmacy because it's just not that good. So look, I'm just gonna show you one more time before I sign off. It's really starting to solidify now, you see. So I would say like, maybe in like 20 minutes, this will be done. And yeah, thanks guys for hanging out with me while I did this. It definitely made it more entertaining. But I'm looking forward to sharing more with you. And feel free, if you have any questions at all about getting healthy or about my essential oil products or my health program, just please send me a message. Have a great night.